And it's December. Hey guys, welcome back. So today we are picking out the December picks for Book of the Month. So it is the 27th of November when I'm filming right now. The books actually dropped on a Sunday, which I'm so surprised by because usually they don't drop on weekends. Like, I literally was sitting nuzzled up on my couch in my pajamas watching Friends, and I got the notification and I was like, it's Sunday. They shouldn't be like posting on Sunday. And so I'm like, okay. So I'm like, I have to check these out. So here we are. Okay, so let's see what the December picks are before we get into that. If you would like to subscribe to the channel, I would really appreciate it. I've been growing lately and I'm very excited by it. Last month I hit 500 subscribers. Again, very excited. So if you haven't subscribed already and you want to, go for it. Thank you. I'm very awkward. If you enjoy watching awkward people, that's me. Oh, also, so if you, depending on when you're watching this video, today's the 27th on a Sunday when they dropped, but they're still running their Black Friday deal, so you can get $10 off a 6 or 12 month plan. And when you gift that to someone, you get a free add-on for yourself. But you don't have to buy it as a gift for somebody. You can literally just buy yourself a 6 or 12 month plan and then email the code to yourself and then just get all those credits plus another free add-on and $10 off. So that's a pretty good deal if you're someone who wants to like buy a lot of credits for Book of the Month. Personally, for me, I probably won't do the Black Friday sale just because I've read on Reddit that with the credits, like if you buy 12 credits, then sometimes the credits can apply to your add-ons. And if you don't want it to apply to your add-ons, you have to contact customer service. And it just seems like a whole big thing for me. So I'll probably, and I'm really big on skipping. So I'll probably not do the Black Friday deal, even though it is a good deal. So if you're interested, there's that. Okay, so the December books. We have a romance. How many times do I say, I want a romance, I want a romance? We have one. So our romance this month is Kiss Her Once for Me by Alison Cochrun. I am really excited about this one because I read The Charm Offensive by her, and that book was excellent. It was a male-male romance book, and it was based on like a TV show that was a spinoff of The Bachelor, and I loved it. It was really well done. So I'm really excited to see that she has another romance. Okay, so cozy up with this delightful holiday tale as old as time. Boy meets girl, girl meets boy's sister who she loves. Okay, quirky, fake dating siblings. Oh, Ashley Tisdale. I'm like, who's that? I know who Ashley Tisdale is. I'm kind of excited. It's like a holiday book. I feel like I know about this one. I feel like I read about this one somewhere, I saw it somewhere. 1 year ago, recent Portland transplant Ellie Oliver had her dream job in animation and a Christmas Eve meet cute with a woman at a bookstore that led her to fall in love over the course of a single night. But after a betrayal the next morning and the loss of her job soon after, she finds herself adrift, alone, and desperate for money. Finding work at a local coffee shop, she's just getting through the days until Andrew, the shop's landlord, proposes a shocking drunken plan, a marriage of convenience that will give him his recent inheritance and alleviate Ellie's financial woes and isolation. They make a plan to spend the holidays together at his family's cabin to keep up the ruse. But when Andrew introduces his new fiancé to his sister, Ellie is shocked to discover it's Jack, the mysterious woman she fell for over the course of one magical Christmas Eve the year before. Now Ellie must choose between the safety of a fake relationship and the risk of something real. Well, obviously don't stay in a fake relationship if you're interested in his sister. I love fake dating stories, but I'm not sure how I feel about this one because I like when they're fake dating and then they realize that they have feelings for each other versus like her being, I've never read one where it's like, oh, we're fake dating and then like the love goes a different direction. So that might be kind of fun to see if I like that. Oh, I had to look and see the ratings on Goodreads, and I want to see when this came out or when it's coming out, because I'm actually not sure about that. Ooh, 4.21. That's pretty good. Oh, it came out at the beginning of November. Oh, I kind of hate that when they do books that like came out not the current month that we're in. But yeah, the author of The Charm Offensive, which seriously, that is a really good book. If you were looking for a good like male romance book, that one was, I really liked that one. And because I really liked that one makes me be like, I feel like I'll really like this one. I'm really pleased that this is a pick right now. Let's see what else we have. Babel! Oh my god! I'm like, what? Okay, yearly look back, historical fantasy Babel. Okay, Babel came out in August, I believe it was. I have Babel. I literally have it. And it's fantastic. Well, okay, so here's the thing. I got this from the library like a few weeks ago, and I started reading it, and I got about 100 pages in, and I was like, this is fantastic. I need to own this because I need to be able to annotate it, and I can't like annotate it to the level that I want to annotate when it's a library book. So I literally bought this on Friday, and it's Sunday right now. And now I find that it's a book of the month pick, and I could have gotten it through book of the month for cheaper. I can't believe that. I cannot believe. Okay, I'll tell you right now, Babel is fantastic in that if I didn't own, you don't even have to see what the other picks are. If I didn't already own Babel, I would pick that. No question. The description of Babel, I don't feel like did a good enough job of describing the actual book. You know, like in some situations, the synopsis is way better than what the book was. In this situation, the book was way better than the synopsis was. So with that being said, I'm like losing my mind right now. Babel's so good. Pick Babel. If you are unsure of which to pick Babel. Pick it. I'm floored right now. Okay, knowledge is power in this potent Oxford set tale about the magic of translation and the tumult of revolution. Like, oh, what does that even mean? Well, I will tell you what that even means. I'm gonna put this back before I like slam myself in the face with it. It's set in like the 1800s, and it's set in Oxford University. Our main character is Robin, and he is an orphan who was picked up by this guy who is a professor, and he's his sponsor. And so he lives with him for his first, like from his mother, when his mother dies, up until his age of going into college. And he goes to Oxford University, and he is enrolled in Babel, which is the translation department type thing of like learning all these different languages. So it's marketed as like a dark academia book. He's in this program, but there's also this layer of magic that I was not expecting, that I didn't really quite grasp from the synopsis of the book. And I don't want to say much more because I don't want to ruin anything. But it's fast, it's snappy, and I feel like the book, like I'm only like 100 pages in and so much has happened already. So basically our main character, Robin, has to choose between like Babel and this like secret society, all while having to be into like this different culture from the culture that he was raised in, because he's Chinese and now he's in England. And then there's like this internal like turmoil, which I'm not to this part yet, but it's in the description, where he has to, so like Britain wages war on his homeland. And so he has like this internal debate of like, where do his like loyalties lie? So that's pretty much it. It's just like, it's so good, guys. Like I said, I would 1,000,000,000% pick Babel as my pick if I didn't already own it, because it's fantastic. Let's just see what the ratings are. I know they're gonna be good. Like, it totally seemed like a book that like I wouldn't have been interested in, but I started reading it and I was like, wait, this is awesome. So a 4.39, like literally even like the full title of the book, I was like, that seems too out of my wheelhouse. It's Babel, or the Necessity of Violence, an arcane history of the Oxford Translators' Revolution. It's like, am I smart enough to read this? Yes, you are, because it's fantastic. Okay, so moving on, we have a thriller. All Dangerous Things, repeat author, early release. Love early releases because it makes me feel special. Okay, since her son went missing, Isabella Drake Ha! Drake, that's my husband's name. Isabella Drake can't sleep. After reading this thriller, you may not be able to either. We'll see about that. Non-linear timeline puzzle, unreliable narrator. I kind of like that mama drama. I don't love that. 1 year ago, Isabella Drake's life changed forever. Her toddler son, Mason, was taken out of his crib in the middle of the night, while she and her husband were asleep in the next room. With little evidence and few leads for the police to chase, the case quickly went cold. However, Isabel cannot rest until Mason is returned to her, literally. Oh, she can't sleep. Except for the occasional catnap or small blackout where she loses track of time she hasn't slept in a year. Isabel's entire existence now revolves around finding him, but she knows she can't go on this way forever. In hopes of jarring loose a new witness or a buried crime, she agrees to be interviewed by a true crime podcaster. Why do I feel like I've read this before? Sorry. I feel like This sounds so familiar. But his interest in Isabel's past makes her nervous. His incessant questioning paired with her severe insomnia has brought up uncomfortable memories from her own childhood, making Isabel start to doubt her recollection of the night of Mason's disappearance, as well as second guess who she can trust, including herself. But she is determined to find out the truth no matter where it leads. Gosh, I don't know why that sounds so familiar. All of the Dangerous Things. 4.33, that's pretty good. Oh, it's expected to come out in January 10th. Ooh, okay. See, I love when they do early releases because you feel so special. Historical fiction. That's a nice cover. It looks kind of like, ooh. Okay, it's a debut, The Circus Train. All the world's a stage in this moving World War II story about a traveling circus and finding your path in dark times. I actually like stories about circuses. Inspirational, international, movie-ish, and underdog. At the World of Wonders, Europe's most magnificent traveling circus, every moment is full of magic and nothing is as it seems, especially for the people who put on the show. Lena Papadopoulos has never quite found her place within the circus. Even as the daughter of the extraordinary healing illusionist Theo, brilliant and curious Lena yearns for the real-world magic of science and medicine despite her father's overprotection and the limits her world places on her because she is disabled. Her unconventional life takes an exciting turn when she rescues Alexander, an orphan with his own secrets and a mysterious past. Over several years, as their friendship flourishes and Alexander trains as the illusionist's apprentice, World War II escalates around them. When Theo and Alexander are contracted to work and perform in a model town for Jews set up by the Nazis, Lena becomes separated from everything she knows. Forced to make her own way, Lena must confront her doubts and dare to believe in the possible herself. I need a lot more information about that one. I feel like I need to know how old Lena is and what exactly she's doing for the circus. I'm very curious. 4.06. Ooh, this one comes out January 1st. Ooh, so you would also get that like a month early, honestly. Is this the last one? Okay. Last one, literary fiction, The Light Pirate. Life and hope find a way to muddle through after the levees break and the waters surge in this meditative novel. LGBTQ plus themes, sad, dystopian, rural. I feel like I also know about this one. Maybe because I was looking at like new book releases coming out in December. That's why these books are like, that sounds familiar. I think I was looking at this one. Okay, Florida is slipping away. As devastating weather patterns and a rising sea levels gradually wreak havoc on the state's infrastructure, a powerful hurricane approaches a small town on the southeastern coast. Kirby Lowe, nutritional line worker, his pregnant wife Frida, and their two sons Philip and Lucas prepare for the worst. When the boys go missing just before the hurricane hits, Kirby heads out to the high winds to search for them. Left alone, Frida goes into premature labor, that sucks, and gives birth to an unusual child, Wanda, whom she names after the catastrophic storm and that ushers her into a society closer to collapse than ever before. Okay, I do not feel like I would name my kid after the hurricane that's like being so devastating to my life right now. If I were her, like, I feel like I wouldn't want that reminder. As Florida continues to unravel, Wanda grows. Which Wanda? Moving from childhood to adulthood, adapting not only to the changing landscape, but also to the people who stayed behind in a place abandoned by civilization. Wanda loses family, gains community, and ultimately seeks adventure, love, and purpose in a place remade by nature. Kind of feel like it's like a coming of age story. Told in 4 parts: power, water, light, and time. The light pirate mirrors the rhythms of the elements in the sometimes quick and sometimes slow dissolution of the world as we know it. It is a meditation on the changes we would rather not see, the future we would rather not greet, and a call back to the beauty and violence of an untamable wilderness. It sounds a little haunting. Like, it actually sounds good. Okay, I have questions. I need to know what is so unusual about Wanda. Expected to come out December 6th, 4.27. Okay. See, this lady's gonna give us some good information. So Wanda is born with keen senses. It sounds good. All of these sound good, honestly. Like, they all have like something very different about them that sounds very good. Babel is awesome, but I obviously have to go with the romance, Kiss Her Once for Me, because I read the other one by that author and it was fantastic. So I'm gonna pick that one. And then let's check out and see what the add-ons are real quick. Oh, by the way, if you are a member that has shipped your 12 boxes, you actually do get a free add-on for the Book of the Year picks. I'm not one of those people. I've not shipped 12 boxes. I skip way too much and I started late. I haven't had this service for 12 months yet. But if you the thing about that though is that you do have to, I read that you do have to pick a book. Like, you can't skip and then also get your free book. So hopefully any of these picks like jump out at you so that you can get your free book. Okay, so let's see what their recent, okay. A Fire Endless. Oh my gosh. Okay, so A Fire Endless is a fantasy book, and if you see up here, A River and Enchanted was the first one, and that one was actually also a Book of the Month pick. I got mine through Illumicrate, and I actually already ordered the sequel through Illumicrate. But if I hadn't have already pre-ordered that, I would definitely be getting this as an add-on. It's a duology, and A River Endless is the second part of that. So if you're looking for 2 add-ons, I would 100% recommend to do A River Enchanted and A Fire Endless, and then you can have them both and read them at the same time, because that one ends on a little bit of a cliffhanger, and I've been dying to read the second one, and it was so good. I'm pretty sure I think it's Irish. Don't quote me on that. I think it's in Irish, but I know it's folklore, and like there are like, they're on this isle, and there's like, it's divided, and there's 2 clans, and they've been at like war forever, or like against each other, and like there's all of these like magical elements on the island. And I have to say, like, it's slow getting into it in the beginning. Like in the beginning I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. And then by the end I was like, oh my gosh, like, it's really good. So I totally recommend those 2, if you haven't read those 2. Let's kind of see real quick what's A Quiet Life? Oh, it says it's sad. Consider this life-affirming story about loss and community, the cup of hot cocoa you need to make it through the winter. But it's sad. I don't want something sad. Let's see. Follows 3 people grappling with loss and finding tender wisdom in their grief. Yeah, I'm not looking for something sad. Okay, A Wilderness of Stars. That's a pretty cover. It's a young adult. I've been really into young adult lately, actually, not gonna lie. An unexpected omen forces a younger woman to leave her home and claim her destiny to put the stars back in alignment. Oh! Okay, sorry, real quick. Good to know. Romance, 400 plus pages, quest, magical. But it's recommended by Why I Love It. It's by Adrienne Young, the author of Spells for Forgetting. That book was an add-on a few months ago or something. I got it from the library. That book is so good. I loved that book. Actually, I'm definitely going to stick that one as an add-on. I've been wanting that one really bad. I got it from the library. Beware of the spell then this seemingly idyllic island can cast. Everything is a bit more haunted than it seems. It says it's magical realism, and it is. These like people had like a young love when they were growing up on this island, and then for a reason, the guy leaves and then he has to come back, and they kind of like rekindle their love, which it's not really even like a love story, but for me that's like what I'm like gripping to. But there's also like a murder mystery from like their past that they're kind of like still trying to solve. But the island is like steeped with magic, and like It was really good. I'm gonna add that. Back to where I was. Okay, A Wilderness of Stars. If magic lives anywhere, it's in the stars. Vega has lived in the valley her whole life, forbidden by her mother to leave the safety of its borders because of the unknown threats waiting for her in the wilds beyond. But after her mother dies and Vega sees the fabled twin stars in the sky, it's an omen she can no longer ignore, forcing her to leave the protective boundaries of the valley, but the outside world turns out to be much more terrifying than Vega could have imagined. People are gravely sick, they lose their eyesight and their hearing just before they lose their lives. What Vega keeps to herself is that she's the last astronomer, a title carried from generation to generation, and she's the only one who carries the knowledge of the stars. Knowledge that could hold the key to the cure. When locals spot the tattoo on Vega's neck in the shape of a constellation, the mark of an astronomer, chaos erupts at the threats her mother warned her about become too real. Fearing for her life, Vega is rescued by a girl named Cricket, who leads her to Noah, a boy marked by his own mysterious tattoos. On the run from the men who are hunting her, Vega, Cricket, and Noah set out across the plains in search of the cure of the stars speak of, but as the lines between friend and protector begin to blur, Vega must decide whether to safeguard the sacred knowledge of the astronomer, or if she will risk everything to try to save them all. That was wordy. Ooh, 3.94, that's not great. This is coming out November 29th. I might wait on that one. I'm curious, but I might wait until more people read it and see if that star rating goes up a little bit more. I might give that one a little bit more time to marinate. Oh, okay, so here's the finalists. So, like I said, if you have shipped 12 books, you have to also ship a book. You have to pick a book this month, but then you also get a book of the year finalist or the book of the year for free. So you get one of those for free. The only one I have read is The Love Hypothesis. I've talked about that one a bunch. It's good. It's one of my favorites, or it used to be one of my favorites. And then Tomorrow Times 3, I have that one. I have not started reading it yet. I've been buying way too many books lately, and I'm trying to put myself on a book buying ban, and it's not working. Okay, so I'm gonna check out. So I'm gonna get Kiss Her Once for Me, Love a Good Romance, and then also Spells for Forgetting. I've already read it and I want it because it's good. Okay, so those are my December picks. I might choose one more add-on. I might think about it a little bit more. It's just like such a good deal to get like an add-on for such like a cheap price. It's kind of hard for me to pass it up. I might think about that a little bit more, but I'm for sure getting those 2 books. So I'm very excited about the picks this month. I think that they were really good. So let me know what you thought of the picks this month in the comments below. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. If you want to, please subscribe. I would very much appreciate it. And we'll see you next time. Bye.